penis. Track. Wait. There. Okay. Flute. Luke. That's Fun Lancer. Let's go. Copy pasta. Nail gun. Hard hat. Ladder. Canopy. Fuck. Tool belt. Stuff you'd need at like a work site. Tree. Knuckle sandwich, licorice pizza, Johannesburger finger food. Pasta. Things you don't eat that end in foods. Airplane, buffet, luggage. Hors d'oeuvres. Oh! Airplane emoji, smiling face with sunglasses emoji, palm tree emoji, luggage emoji, like to denote that you're going on a trip. A little bite. A little bite. A little bite. A little bit. Plague, yo, how's it going, man? How you doing? Grinding a lobotomy corp? What the is even that? Go here, but then the queen just... Oh, wait. I have not heard of it, no. Afterlies, how's it going? The fuck? I don't know what to do here. Clever. Fair. Fandom is a bit annoying, but the game's kind of fun and tedious at the same time. Okay. What is the gameplay? Like what type of game is it? Oh, this is interesting because he's threatening to take this. It's also a check. Luvion, how's it going? You manage a facility that contains monsters? The fuck? It's so sad. Ah, so sad. So early. Country in Nepal. Pretty okay, but just going 3. Oh shit. Game is very good. Only thing is it's stupid hard. Well, I know something about stupid and hard because I'm playing Sekiro right now, so I get it. I think I'm relatively close to the end at this point, but I don't even have a good frame of reference because it's the first time I'm playing, so. You know, like most people can't beat day 50. Is there like a date at which the game ends? Like if you get to day 100, you win the game or whatever? $50 is the main story ending? Oh, okay. Oh, this is so sad. I can't even... I can't... I'm gonna do this just so I can... Because I want to be able to castle, but now the way his bishop was looking, I wasn't able to. Even though the castle would end the king here, you can't castle through a square that is in check. And take this, I take this, he takes this. A dead even game. Good game. If I push this, he can go here now. So I'm gonna push this first to be able to prevent that. And then I can... You can go here without knowing more else. Fucking Paul. Isn't his knight just trapped now? Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. His knight's just trapped. Oh, he fucked up. Finally, let's go, baby. If he tries to threaten this attack on my knight, he just resigned. Get torn, baby. I don't think it was that bad. He goes here, I go here. I'm obviously up a whole night, which is great. But his pawn structure is so much better than mine. He has like thing, and I have like doubled up pawns and idle pawn island, doubled up pawns. Like my shit ain't good. Like I would probably win this. I would figure out a way to lose this. Don't get me wrong, but like it's not bad enough to resign. Yo, 1450. Let's go. My brilliant move. Ah, that one. Doink. Technically, there are 4 endings. Do they all like, as in, and they all require you to get to like different days, like the super secret, hidden, ultra good. You know, you're getting your dick sucked in the back of a fucking whatever is like day 100 or whatever. I kind of lost my train of thought by the end, I'm not going to lie to you. Kind of the real ending is kind of easy to know, but you just have to do all the missions. Oh, okay. Odd place to join. Probably joined in on the ultra good super secret getting your dick sucked ending. Okay. 290. How's it going, Hope? How you doing, man? Okay, I don't think we can quite get to 300 today. I can stream for about 2 hours, okay? So we're gonna try. I mean, maybe I can do 10 chapters in 2 hours, maybe. Been a good month. Yeah, I know, man. How you doing? Doing good? That's good. I'm okay. I'm okay. You know, we're starting to finally be able to see the sun occasionally again over here in this dog shit part of the world that I live in. So, like, there was a couple days ago. I think it was like fucking crazy. There was a couple. I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. It was the first time in like months that like the sun you could feel the heat from the sun, like even through the window. Like if the sun was hitting you through the window, so like I'm working here and I had my curtains open and the sun is like beating down on me, but like it doesn't matter because like normally it's so fucking cold. You don't even feel anything. And then like I actually started getting like hot from the sun, and I remember like looking out for a moment, and it was like holy shit, like I feel good. Like, oh, like I've been dead inside for months because like you haven't been able to see the sun for so long and your brain just doesn't know what to do with that. And I was like, holy shit, I feel so good. It was like, good day. So yeah, days are getting longer, you know. EBS was yeah, exactly, something like that, the lazy bum. Have you heard what they're doing in his cloisters? God, this motherfucker is just taking a nap. Like, no, it's just so good. Cause like, you have you wait, you guys have all seen this, I'm sure. Like, it legitimately felt like this moment from the fucking Superman movie or the Justice League movie. It was like legitimately this. It was like, oh god, we feel good. Like, holy shit, that show is so good to see. Okay, no, that's just a bad version of that. Oh god. Aren't you already at volume 3? What does it say 2 in the title? Luvian just informed me of that as well. Let me change that. Fucking Christ, I need some is there no fucking art for this piece of shit? Like, bro, I need something. I need something to fucking change my thumbnail to. Jesus Christ. Man, those... I know! And people were mad at the fucking James Gunn movie. Like, bro, if you don't like the James Gunn movie, I'm sorry, but you don't know who Superman is, okay? That's not on him. You just don't know who Superman is. Harsh, how's it going, man? Frank had deliberated before telling Jenna, when it comes to losing control and madness, Orthodox or Wild Beyonders, all are equal. Those monks can become monsters too, or have mental problems and walk the abyss. To be honest, the James Gunn was also kind of bad, just not as bad. No, dude, come, like, okay, I'll argue about this for forever. James Gunn, that was like that was the actual... okay, I typed in 2 hours by accident. I immediately changed it, but in the 2 seconds since I changed it, Unknown fucking put it in general, and now the old version is just staying in there, which is kind of sad. So Unknown kind of unknowingly fucked me. Those monks can be monsters too, or have mental problems and walk the abyss. Jenna grew grave as she listened. It wasn't the first time Franca had said something similar, but without personal experience, the cruelty and horror of those words never quite sunk in. Seeing the limbs in the dark cave, having driven home the visceral reality of losing control and madness. That is why the acting method is so important. But also, never forget you're only acting. You should know very well, being an actress yourself, you mustn't lose yourself in a role. Even without being a Beyonder, that path leads to mental issues, Lumion said. All-Star, Superman, or the one that faced the Elite? That faced the Elite? I don't know what that's referencing. Is that the fucking superhero or like anti-villain group or whatever the fuck that was? Like the head of the head guy was like a could do like telepathy or telekinesis rather? Like is that the guy? Is that what I'm thinking of? The one where he like absolutely loses or pretends to lose his shit right at the end? Oh, Luvion, dude, you're so right. Oh, fucking Christ, that video is supposed to be uploaded. Okay, I have the video literally all done. I just need to upload it today, okay? Someone please remind me in a couple hours. Okay, let me just make sure I'm looking at the right one. Yeah, okay, this is the one I'm remembering. Yeah, the one where he like pretends to lose his shit at the end is like, do you understand why I don't fucking lose? Why I don't go all out? Okay, Jenna nodded solemnly. My plan is this. Reveal the cave anonymously to the EBS church via my source. How they handle it is their affair. Even if they suppress it, they'll be vigilant against trouble from now. I'll also inform the client and see his reaction. We might even get paid for our work. No objections here, Jenna conceded. I've found a buyer for Harvest Sacrifice, Franca said to Lumion, but the deal isn't finalized yet. The offer is for 10,000 world ore. I gave you 4 already. I can give you another 1,000 in a couple days. Very efficient, Lumion nodded. Can't tell if that's praise or mockery, Franca muttered. Jenna listened enviously. 10,000 world ore was casual business to them, while her family struggled to pay 7,000 to 8,000 for the treatment of her mother. That is what it means to be a beyonder, she nodded. Last night, I completed the test and officially became part of the bosses inner circle, Lumion said. What kind of test? Jenna, still aggrieved. Lumion described Gardner's late visit to the dance hall, how he requested to stay the night at 13 Avenue de Marche and overcoming the abnormal corruption that exists there. He concealed Termy Boris, just portraying himself as intelligent, decisive, and perceptive, grasping the crux in just a few details. Lumion excelled at fabrication. You really didn't waver at all? Franca felt a lingering suspicion. Jenna agreed. She would have responded the moment the door opened. I definitely felt some uncertainty, but I trusted my judgment. You really thought of not responding all by yourself? Franca said. No. Lumion ended the fiction honestly. The ladies were stunned. Lumion seized the chance to divert attention. Don't be daft. A recently graduated mysticism novice like me could never think of this. I got intel beforehand. If you do the vigil, remember, do not respond and take the mirror that provides entry into the underground mirror world. 13 Avenue de Marche abnormalities may differ by the pathway. Franca grasped his source. No girlfriend for you with that attitude. She had almost just been provoked at this moment, let alone a real woman. Relieved, Franca thought the rascal CL had no romantic prospects at all. I don't even understand what the fuck happened in that conversation. I'm so lost. Where did the romance stuff come from? While still irked by the mockery, Jenna also regained some confidence. She had thought her intelligence irredeemably inferior to CL. Admirably, he had firmly trusted the intelligence and not wavered. She pursed her lips and said, I'm seeing more of what the mysticism world's horrors are all about. The 13 Avenue de Marche abnormality was even more terrifying than the Deep Valley Quarry Secret Cave. By comparison, their ordeal with Headsea just seemed like a criminal case. There will be more occurrences in the coming years. Franca seized the moment to motivate Jenna. Lumion then mentioned to his guests that 13 Avenue de Marche only affected Beyonders of the Hunter or Demoness pathway at specific times. Discussing a while longer, the ladies left with a stack of mysticism magazines. At 3 p.m. the next day, Lumion, who had been playing his part at Salle de Baubrey all day, arrived at Levgeny Docks by the Square District, taking multiple public carriages ready to hear the fool's sermon. It was a lively inland river port, teeming with steamships emitting white fog, countless dock workers using various tools and their strength to move crates of goods or stack them on flat surfaces along the way. Massive machines towered over the dock, some standing more than 10 to 20 meters tall, made entirely of steel components, operated by massive steam engines and controlled by technicians. They effortlessly lifted steel crates that would be impossible for humans to move. Lumion observed the chaotic and bustling scene, a mix of spectacular sights and grimy realities. He strolled through the docks, acting like a carefree tourist rather than inquiring about the Fool's Cathedral from suspicious foreigners. Buildings surrounded the harbor, housing bars, motels, warehouses, beer houses, cafes, restaurants. Lumion also noticed frosted glass windows with green shutters, indicating licensed brothels. After taking a long detour, he finally arrived at Mr. Fool's Cathedral. It looked like an ordinary 4-story house with a bell tower and a pointed roof, completely black. Engraved on the outer wall was the familiar mystical symbol, Mr. Fool's symbol. A silvery white symbol composed of an incomplete pupilless eye and a portion of contorted lines. Before entering, Lumion took his time, continuing to explore the area. As a hunter, it was second nature to assess his surroundings when he had the chance. After walking for a while, he chose a bar called Seabreeze to gather information about the full cathedral. The interior of Seabreeze was decorated like a cabin, with taxidermied fish, rudders, and sail fragments adorning the walls. Some sailors sat together, engrossed in a card game, while others were seen in the company of street girls. Lumion scanned the area and noticed a man who immediately caught his attention. This man sat in an armchair near the bar, exuding an air of arrogance as he casually rested his hands on the chair's back. It wasn't just the man's demeanor that intrigued Lumion, but the way the other sailors behaved around him. They either kept a distance, giving the area a wide berth, or approached with deferential expressions. A significant figure from the sea, perhaps. The man appeared to be in his 30s, dressed in a linen shirt, brown vest, dark pants, and sturdy leather boots. His eyebrows and hair were charred yellow, as if they had been kissed by flames. His bright, dark blue eyes and facial features hinted at southern Intis lineage. Is this Anderson? No, Anderson doesn't have southern Intis lineage, does he? Feeling Lumion's gaze on him, the man smiled. Returning the smile, Lumion made his way to the bar counter and ordered a glass of Lanty Proof. Taking a sip of the flavorful and potent malt liquor, Lumion couldn't contain his curiosity any longer and asked the bartender, "Who is that?" "You don't know him?" The bartender turned serious. To him, not recognizing that person was quite surprising indeed. Lumion set his glass down and smiled, speaking in Intesian but with an accent from the Restone province. "I just arrived in Trier a couple of days ago. I came here looking for work." Thanks to Aurora's help, he could speak like a local from Trier, shedding his Restone province accent. The tired bartender looked around and spoke cautiously. "That's the famous Blazing Dennets. Let's go, baby!" "I've never heard of him," Lumion replied honestly. "Have you heard of the 6 pirate kings, the admirals?" "A little," Lumion nodded. His knowledge of the pirate kings and pirate admirals came from newspapers and novels. He was aware of Gehrman Sparrow hunting down a few. He knew that the great adventurer's servant Dubois had once served as a pirate on the Vice Admiral Iceberg ship. Klein's maid returns, yes. Go clean my dirty drawers, bitch. He knew of the ailment maiden or Vice Admiral ailment, and the frequent changes of pirate admirals. As for the pirate kings, they were well established, and held their positions for so long that no one could even remember when they came into power. He used to be a pirate, acknowledged to be stronger than all of the pirate admirals, second only to the pirate kings. Quite impressive. Lumion couldn't determine the exact sequence of the pirate admiral and pirate kings, but their survival, despite constant pursuit, showed they weren't weak. Blazing ranked 7th amongst the pirates, reaching almost the level of a quasi-pirate king. Undeniably, he is formidable. Saint? If he is one, the same can be said for the pirate kings. The strongest among sequence 5s? Used to be, Lumion realized the words. Yes, used to be. He is no longer a pirate or treasure hunter. Look, there's no wanted poster of him on the wall. But there's mine. Thankfully the bounty is quite low and no one pays attention to it. He can just stop being a pirate because he wants to? Did the authorities cooperate and revoke his poster? Which country or church did he surrender to? He is now a member of the Church of the Fool, the envoy of that deity. Mr. Fool's Oracle? Perhaps the one and only Oracle of the Fool? The bartender assumed Lumion wasn't familiar with the Church of the Fool, so he explained. That is a deity recognized by all Orthodox deities. Why would he choose such a name? The Fool's faith is very popular at sea. Many sea merchants and sailors believe in him. They even pooled money to build a cathedral for him in Lovgeni. The cathedral's bishop is that oracle? Lumion asked. No, but Blazing Danitz often comes to Trier. He likes it here. Yes, he's from Intes. There isn't an Intesian who doesn't long for Trier. Just as Lumion was about to say something, the oracle of the church, Blazing Danitz, finished his beer and stood up, heading to the entrance. Almost simultaneously, the sailors stood up in orderly manner. They didn't like to cause any commotion as they stood silently and orderly followed Danitz out of the bar. If he hadn't witnessed the scene, Lumion wouldn't have realized that all the sailors were subordinates of the Fool's Oracle. Blazing Danitz. From his nickname, he deals with fire. Could he be from my pathway? What kind of deity is the Fool? Lumion asked the bartender. I'm not a follower. How the fuck would I know? The bartender gestured in a triangular sacred emblem. Buy steam! Lumion drew a symbol as well. But the Church of the Fool isn't bad. Even if you're just a tramp, even if you don't believe in the Fool, you can still receive communion after entering the cathedral. If you ask them for help, you may even get a meal with meat and bread and a room to sleep in. Should I join the queue now? Lumion asked with a smile. No, there's no need. They can't leave the cathedral to preach or proselytize. Only the local tramps know they can seek help there, but they only go occasionally, because the Church of the Fool is more willing to offer job opportunities. After a pleasant chat and having figured out the schedule of the Fool's bishop's sermons, Lumion finished his alcohol and decided to make most of the spare time by exploring the nearby streets. He soon noticed the strategic points were guarded by the military, armed with cannons and massive firearms. The government distrust of these sailors and merchants who occasionally indulge in piracy around the docks is evident. Lumion turned away and hurried to the Fool's Cathedral. The cathedral had a simple layout, devoid of gold embellishments or intricate machinery. The most remarkable aspect was its numerous windows, allowing natural light to illuminate the interior without the need for candles or gas lamps. Like many religious spaces, the walls were adorned with giant murals, although the colors were muted and somber. Using the fading light of dusk, Lumion examined the mural's contents and discovered that it depicted a wilderness where humans struggled to navigate. These humans were unusually tall, almost resembling the legendary giants. Some had 3 eyes, others lacked a nose, leaving only dark holes. They looked more like monsters than people. Oh, the people of the Forsaken Land of the Gods? City of Silver, Moon City. Despite the pain and despite the despair evident on their face, their eyes glimmered with hope. Leading these humans were distinct, detailed guides. Some had grey hair and carried 2 swords on their back. Colin. Others wielded dark blue sledgehammers emitting a sunlight glow. Eric. There were also figures clad in a dark black armor with silver grey curly hair. I can't remember her name. I know I laughed when she died though, and she was a good person all along. At the forefront of these guides stood a figure dressed in a black trench coat and half-top hat. The figure walked with a straight back holding a lantern. Just ahead of the figure was a ball of light, the altar of the Cathedral of the Fool. Lumion's attention was drawn to the few stained glass panes sculptured in an exaggerated style, angels and saints adorned with them. Some were also featured in the murals, while others were not. There were angels with wings and halos, with saints with only halos. Lumion circled the area, observing for more than 30 minutes, eventually finding a seat to settle in for the 6 p.m. sermon. As time passed, people entered the cathedral. Some were dressed as merchants, others as sailors. There were also dock workers, visibly exhausted after a day's work, and a few street girls. Amidst the tolling of the bell, the bishop arrived. His hair and eyes shone with a golden hue, towering at 2.56 meters. He donned a finely tailored black trench coat and half-top hat, hardly resembling a typical clergyman. 2.56 meters, so there's gotta be someone from the Forsaken Land of the Gods, because that's a tall how fucking tall? That's a tall motherfucker. 2.56 m in feet. 8'4"? Holy shit! With a hearty gesture, the boorish bishop pressed his hand to his chest and said, "Praise the Fool!" "Praise the Fool," echoed the believers, and Lumion enthusiastically joined in. Flipping through the black and silver patterned Bible in his hand, the bishop spoke. Our Lord is known as the Fool across the past, the present, and the future, reigning supreme over the spirit world, the king of yellow and black who wields good luck, a beacon for all in pursuit of eternity. He is compassionate, benevolent, and the savior of this world. He allows us to address him with a lowercase h instead of capital H. Our Lord resides above both reality and the spirit world. His benevolence extends to heavens and the land. Beside him stand 8 angels. There's a music change soon? The angel of Mercury is the embodiment of fate. Our Lord's most cherished angel, the angel of death. Do you know where, Luvion? I don't. I can't go into that. It's right. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Go ahead and send the link now. You should be able to. Oh, toss it in general. Thank you. We'll keep you modded for this stream just in case. But thank you. The angel of Mercury is the embodiment of fate, our most cherished angel of the Lord. The angel of death has followed our Lord for the longest time and is the consul of the underworld. The angel of redemption is our Lord's bugle, once taking on the form of Gehrman Sparrow to deliver his revelations. The angel of life is the crystallization of wisdom itself, the indestructible spirituality that resides in everyone's aura. Gehrman Sparrow? The adventurer is an angel of the fool? The bishop continued. There's also an angel of retribution beside the Lord's throne. He is the Lord's lightning, the Lord's rage, and the Lord's palm, the judge of all the fallen and all those who aren't chastised. Next is the angel of retribution, is the angel of the Holy Spirit, reigning over all spirits and representing our Lord in controlling the spirit world. In contrast to them, there are the angel of time and the angel of stars. The angel of time was an angel of ancient times. He eventually submitted to our Lord and now strikes the bell of heaven. I'm on the go. The angel of stars is a witness, a recorder, the eyes and ears of our Lord. Is that fours? The angel of stars, the traveler, is that fours? Palaz? No. Strikes the bell of heaven is Amon. What are you talking about? That's why like Amon said like, oh, I fucking do that, do I? So he like played his role. What are you talking about? So he like struck the bell in volume 7, I think. Lumion listened attentively, finding it hard to believe that there were 8 angels by the Fool's divine throne. Isn't this strength terrifying? It seems no different than an Orthodox church. Suddenly, Termi Boris resounded in Lumion's mind. Do you believe it? Why not? Lumion replied in a hushed tone. After all, whose Bible, even amongst the church, didn't have a tone of exaggeration. But it's Palaz that follows him? Really? Even without embellishments, it was still quite impressive. Okay, these chapters are longer. I don't think we'll be able to get... We're definitely not getting to 300. But these are really cool chapters. Dude, how many fucking churches is... what do you call it? Lumion going to believe in? This motherfucker's like... Every church that he needs to, praise the steam, praise the sun, praise the fool, and fucking just whatever he needs. Jeremy Boris fell silent. Lumion continued to listen attentively to the bishop's sermons as he recounted the general situation of the fool. He discovered that there existed another continent in this world called the Forsaken Land of the Gods, a place cursed and abandoned by the gods themselves. Yet despite the gods turning their back on this continent, Mr. Fool refused to forsake it. He dispatched the Angel of Redemption, Garamond Sparrow, to lead the surviving humans from their lost city-states out of the Forsaken Land of the Gods and guide them back in rebuilding their homes on the maritime island. Consequently, the Church of the Fool were established in the new city of Silver in the Sonya Sea. The other two holy lands, New Moon City and Bayam, the capital of Rorstad Archipelago, were also located in the same area. Lumion listened with fascination, gaining a fundamental understanding of this church. Following the sermon, the bishop and few priests distributed communion, consisting of a glass of transparent, colorless liquid and a large fruit shell with charred marks on it. Lumion picked up the glass and took a sip. The liquid had a slight sweetness reminiscent of dairy products with more fragrance. Next, he used a wooden spoon to scoop out the food in the fruit shell. As soon as he tasted it, he was surprised. It's meat. Isn't this exaggerated? Even the EBS Church's communion couldn't compare to this. They only had red wine and unfermented flatbread. EBS is literally just copying the fucking Catholic Church, bro. Lumion perked up and chewed the food with interest. It was delicious, with a meaty texture and a slight mix of sweetness and slight sourness. I'm assuming this is like one of those mushrooms or whatever from Frank. While he ate, he listened to the bishop explain the origins of communion. It turned out that this was the Angel of Redemption, Garamond's favorite food during his travels across the land. As the bugle of the Lord, he preached the revelations of the Lord. The liquid was called Tiana, derived from a giant fruit unique to the Rorstad Archipelago, and was extracted from the pulp. Having lost most of its pulp, Tiana rind was stuffed with mashed mutton and fish, culminating in the communion. Titiva? However, transporting such massive fruits from the Rorstad Archipelago to Trier for communion was impractical. It required crossing 3 seas, and no matter how unripe the fruit was, it would inevitably rot. With the help of a particular botanist, I wonder who, the Church of the Fool had cultivated a modest Tiana tree that could grow in southern Intes. A delicacy with maritime charm. If it wasn't for the Church of the Fool's inability to preach and proselytize, who knows how many people would convert solely due to the communion. But that could lead to financial issues. Too many believers and they wouldn't be able, and the cost of communion would skyrocket. After pondering the church's finances for a moment, Lumion, who hadn't finished dinner yet, finished the Titiva clean and gulped down the juice. Wallflower, how's it going? Praise the sun, Lumion stood up and bowed. Under the warm glow of the street lamps, Lumion strolled along the port area, dressed in a linen shirt, black vest, and rolled-up sleeves. His destination was the other side of the docks. Lovgeni had grown quiet, and only the occasional group of sailors passed by. All of a sudden, the commotion erupted, followed by a piercing scream. As the sound echoed, Lumion noticed a figure hurtling at him at incredible speed. Casually, he sidestepped it like an innocent bystander. Yet, if the approaching person happened to be vile or had indeed committed some wrongdoing and was now being chased, Lumion wouldn't mind sticking out his right foot and tripping them just for the spectacle. Within a few seconds, the figure reached the edge of the street lamp's glow. So fast. Clearly not a normal person. With the help of the gas lamps, Lumion got a good look. It wasn't a human. It was a monster. Though its wrinkled head resembled a human's, its dark green scales covered its body, wearing a torn linen shirt and brown pants. Its feet lacked shoes and thin, though tough skin membrane grew between its fingers. Okay, it seems like some, like a Sequence 9, like sailor monster or something. Got the notification when I was out. No worries, Chris. How's it going, man? Having encountered numerous monsters in Cordu's ruins, Lumion remained unperturbed. He only frowned slightly. It reminds me of those murlocs mentioned in mysticism magazines. As Lumion pondered, the monster noticed him sidestepping and grew more violent. Without warning, it lunged at Lumion. Reacting swiftly, Lumion arced his body, not backing away, but stepping forward. His right hand, emitting sparks, struck the creature's abdomen, and lowered his body, slipping into the armpit of the dark green monster, avoiding its counterattack and positioning himself behind. Adam! Holy shit! How's it going, man? Lumion spun around, his arms swinging, his fists, with flickering flames, delivered a powerful blow to the back of the Murloc. With blows resounding until Lumion withdrew his hand, ceasing his assault, he observed as the struggling body left corrosive marks on the ground. After an explosion, the crimson sparks erupted from the monster's eyes. After a few convulsions, it lay still. Lumion averted his gaze and looked at the figures chasing him. He nonchalantly flicked his hands, alleviating the corrosive pain caused by the dark green liquid. His injuries were minor. After all, he had delivered a barrage of punches, and his contact with the green scales and viscous liquid had been brief. Soon the figures reached. The sailors, led by a mixed-blood man of the southern continent. He appeared to be in his 30s, with thick lips. His eyes scanned the Murloc-like monster laying on the ground and then looked at Lumion. This is the Murloc we captured at sea. It injured one of our crewmates and managed to escape. It is a Murloc. Did it really capture it? Are you planning on apologizing on its behalf and compensating me for my distress to soothe my terrified mind? Lumion mused. The sailors all exchanged confused glances. In the distance, the sound of regimental-like running resonated. Patrol soldiers had rushed over after hearing the screams. The sailors' heart tightened as they unconsciously grabbed the monster's corpse. No problem, they all simultaneously said to Lumion. What they meant was that they would have no problem providing compensation for his distress. Lumion noticed that they all mainly wanted the Beyonder characteristic produced by the Murloc, but the monster was too weak. He wasn't in the mood to discuss how the prize would be divided among them. It was not worthy of the Shadow Branch at all. If these individuals, who acted recklessly without concern for covering their tracks, managed to evade pursuit and cross paths with him again, he could simply demand compensation. As Lumion watched the sailors carry the Murloc away, he continued on his way as if nothing had happened. Before long, several patrolling soldiers caught up with him, examining his condition and inquiring if he had noticed anything. I heard a scream and a group of people running that way. They were dressed like sailors, Lumion pointed. Thank you for your cooperation, the officer said. No need. It is what any responsible citizen would do. Say, you guys know where I lost mine? Oh yeah, I hope. They're both in the Discord, dude. We have been through this so many fucking times. The Lord of the Mysteries one is in the notes tab in the Discord. I'll get you the COI one a little bit later. The COI one is also on the server. I'll just have to search for it. The Lord of the Mysteries one I particularly saved in the notes because I fucking knew, because people kept asking for it, so I know it's there. The COI one I will find for you. Okay, the COI one is in there now too, so you can get both of them from there. Soon, the other soldiers discovered the traces of corrosion and scales on the ground, along with the sticky liquid that hadn't evaporated. They followed the trail to the docks. Lumion clicked his tongue and continued his way to the public carriage stop. Lumion heard a soft applause behind him. Feeling uneasy, he turned around and saw someone sitting on a cargo box. Dead it! I knew he was gonna come back. The man's eyebrows were charred yellow and his hair shared the same color. Blazing Danitz, a great pirate second only to the pirate kings. Lumion calmed down as he recalled the other man's identity. He was no longer a pirate, but now Mr. Fool's Oracle. As the holder of a minor arcana card, Lumion believed that as long as he revealed his identity, Danitz wouldn't give him trouble. Blazing Danitz gazed at Lumion for a few seconds and leapt down from the top of the wooden crates. No, Luvion, I do believe it is for Oh, wait. No, oh, fuck. Is that for COI? Is that not for COI? For fuck's sakes. Hold on. Sorry, it said 2, so I thought it was for... Hold on. I have it. Fuck's sakes. Continue. Thanks, buddy. The fuck I have? That's so stupid. My memory's getting... I'm not quite as sharp as I used to. That's annoying. I remember... I saved it somewhere. I know I did. It's so fucking stupid. He chuckled and spoke leisurely. To be able to swiftly choose the most effective, targeted, and effective attack method against your prey, and perfectly avoid its enhanced skill defenses. Your combat intelligence is impressive. I admire it. So, how about it? You interested in joining my team and becoming my subordinate? Of course fucking Pushkar shows up right then. The motherfucker will not show up for anything. But as soon as I make a... Oh my fucking god, bro. My luck is... actually kill me. Holy shit. This motherfucker... He would miss the ending of fucking COI, but this motherfucker would not miss a fucking elderly joke. Holy shit. Inviting me to join your team without even checking my background and confirming my strength? Are you that confident, Mr. Oracle? He looked up at blazing Danitz and responded with a yes, with a responded no. Danitz acknowledged tersely, his voice gaining intensity as if confirming. Lumion slipped his right hand into his pocket and smiled. Not interested. What a joke. How can I complete the Tarot Club's mission if I join you? Streaming at 6 a.m. plus exams, that's why I couldn't come? Motherfucker, you're here now, what are you talking about? What a joke. How can I complete the Tarot Club's mission if I join your team? That requires the consultation of Madam Magician. Danitz's eyes narrowed slightly, his aura becoming more intense. Lumion felt as if a spear or a loaded gun was pressed to his forehead. But he didn't look away, meeting Danitz's gaze in a calm determination. Not bad, you're quite resolute and bold. I admire you, boy. With those words, the former great pirate, now the Oracle of the Fool, turned around and strolled to the well-lit street. The confidence naturally breeds resoluteness, Lumion thought, as he silently withdrew his right hand from his pocket, revealing a tarot card held between his thumb and index finger. The Seven of Wands. Though he couldn't fathom Danitz's impromptu recruitment, he felt somewhat glad to have encountered the Fool's Oracle. This meant the Church of the Fool held substantial strength in Trier. Danitz has got to be a sequence 5, maybe a 4 by now. But definitely a 5. Gap days, thanks again. Oh yeah, good luck on the exams, and dickhead. After leaving Levgeny Docks, Lumion hopped onto a public carriage and arrived at Avenue de Boulevard, walking to 19 Rue Scheer, and meeting Mr. K. The Aurora Oracle remained seated in the red armchair. How goes your process in gaining Martin's trust? I have joined the Iron Blood Cross Order, Lumion responded. How did you gain his trust? How did he test you? How did you pass the test? Well, there was no need to gain Martin's trust. Simply joining the Iron and Blood Cross Order earned loyalty. Lumion chuckled. Upon hearing this, Mr. K, who had been reclining, sat up straight, and the entire shadow in the basement seemed to stir. With his knowledge and expertise, the hidden meaning behind Lumion's words wasn't difficult to encounter, and it undoubtedly spelled danger. Lumion had indeed become a member of the Iron and Blood Cross Order. Lumion smiled, unfazed by the immense pressure radiating, and proceeded to recount how he informed Martin that he had become a Sequence 7, leading to the vigil at 13 Avenue de Marche. He didn't hold back the fact that he had engaged in an underground transaction and fled in terror after encountering Supervisor Olson's monstrous creation. Mr. K stood up after Lumion finished, excitement in his tone as he verified Lumion's details. Upon realizing Lumion had used the honorific name at a crucial moment and received a divine revelation of Do Not Respond, Mr. K burst out into a fit of maniacal laughter. Chris, I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna go until 2 p.m. my time, so that's like an hour and 15 more. So I'm hoping to like 297-ish. My initial thought was I could maybe get to 300, but these are longer chapters, so I don't think so. I have a hard stop at 2 o'clock today. I have to go do something. Just as I thought, the piousness is the only way out. The hooded oracle's laughter grew wilder, echoing within the basement, making Lumion's eardrums tremble. Mr. K laughed so hard that he nearly doubled over. He no longer concealed his condition. The entire basement seemed to envelop in darkness. After a while, Mr. K paid no attention to Lumion's presence, instead kneeling down, pressing his body to pray almost silently. Lumion managed to keep his lips from twitching. Before leaving for Levgeny Docks, he had performed a ritual, praying to the Fool for protection. He praised the true creator of the Aurora Order and drew a cross on his chest. With a sudden display of piousness, Mr. K stood up. This was all arranged by the Lord. He has brought you here to us. It would have to be worked in bunches, so that works out. Fantastic. Okay. It depends on which Lord you're talking about, Lumion muttered. What he says will come true, Lumion replied humbly. This was one of the religious texts of the Aurora Order taught by Mr. K. Lumion had always regarded it as a sermon, praying the deity's strength. I had arranged for others to approach the exposed member of the Iron and Blood Cross Order before, but they lost contact with me. They even put me in considerable danger. Now I see why they failed, their lack of piousness. In the face of danger and corruption, they didn't even think to recite the name of our Lord. But you, at a crucial moment, had only the Lord in your mind. That is the kind of piousness I admire most. That is why you joined the Order without being corrupted. With only faith in a deity left in your mind, will it affect your intelligence, Lumion thought? Mr. K paced back and forth. Based on the information you have brought, I have a better understanding of the Iron and Blood Cross Order's problem. A new insight into their situation and intention. I can say you have completed half the mission I assigned. Now you need to investigate the source of the abnormality, the timeline, and the roadmap for inciting the riot. If they find a way into the Fourth Epoch Trier, you must inform me. Do not let them succeed. Your first option is to take out my finger and ignite it. As long as the environment isn't special, I can sense and roughly understand the cause. If that doesn't work, pray to my Lord immediately, like this time. Sent you the cover, the first one for this volume, so check it out at the end. Thanks, Plague. When the time came, we may have to try contacting Madam Magician again. After assigning the subsequent mission, Mr. K looked at Lumion. Since you've completed half the mission and brought back crucial information, I cannot be stingy with the rewards. Tell me what you want. My use case, thank you. It all happens for a reason, Hope. Hallelujah. I want a mystical item of bizarre nature. If you don't have it, a corresponding characteristic will do. I'll find an artisan to craft it myself. You deserve that. Come back in 3 days. I'll give you a few choices, or offer what I think suits you best. Thank you, Mr. K. This was much more generous than what the Iron and Blood Cross Order offered. It's not me you should be thanking, but the Lord. Praise be to you, the creator of all things. Praise be to you who carries the burden of the world's sins. Unfortunately, our Aurora Order doesn't have things like Godfather or Godchildren, or I'd be more than willing to baptize you myself. In high spirits after Mr. K's assurance, Lumion made his way back to the motel and headed for the basement bar and ordered some liquor and chatted with the others. Intermittent singing and clapping rhythms filled the air, creating a lively atmosphere that lasted until the early hours of the morning. I changed the fucking music, because Lumion's gonna be mad at me, or Lumion, fuck me, because Kami's gonna be mad at me. Lumen realized that he'd been spending too many nights at the motel lately, neglecting his sleep at the dance hall. He decided it was time to balance things out and head there. As he left the motel and walked around Anarchy Street, there were no street lamps. He noticed a figure emerging from the darkness. The person was almost as tall as Lumion, with broad shoulders and a muscular build. Grey hair adorned their head and their eyes stared intently. The man's hairy skin gave off a rugged appearance. "Are you C.L. Dubois? You truly think yourself worthy of addressing me by name?" Lumen contemplated responding in such a manner, but chose to pretend. "And who might you be?" The man remained composed and showed no signs of being affected. "Tell me who the boss of the Savoy mob is." Ooh. The blood chickens. I'm so curious what's happening with Mr. Azek. I hope he got some kind of... Like, I don't know if Klein can do it right now, because obviously he's fighting with the Celestial Worthy and stuff. But, like, Klein could now easily fix Azek's problem, like, so easily. It would just be like, oh, there's a fucking error, and now you don't die every 40 or 60 years or whatever the fuck, or like reset your memories, right? Like, it'd be so fucking easy. You don't even know who's running the show of our mob, and you're coming to me? You must be clueless. Our boss is the CEO of a secret organization called the Iron Blood Cross Order. Lumion thought, sliding his right hand into his pocket. There are three possibilities. First, Martin used the mob for secret missions, like smuggling some bizarre stuff through Christo, and had been detected by someone or some faction, and wanted to dig into the mob. Second, some members of the Savoy mob have offended the wrong people, and now the consequences are knocking. Third, after the Poison Spur mob got wiped out, the Savoy mob expanded rapidly, attracting some attentions from factions. Lumion dismissed the first two ideas. Whether it was the secret of getting leaked or causing someone offense, he wasn't going to be the one facing questions about the identity of the mob. Usually, whoever did something secretive would get a visit from the investigators. Similarly, if someone offended others, they would be targeted, or the leader shielding them. Lumion had never truly been involved in the Savoy mob's clandestine affairs. The person standing across from him was undoubtedly probing about the identity of the mob's boss. It wasn't about which individual belonged to the mob or some specific incident. Based on this, Lumion suspected that some faction or individual had taken an interest in the mob and planned to incorporate them. Of course, he couldn't dismiss the possibility that a rival mob had teamed up with a powerful being to seek help in taking down the mob's boss. Yet, in either case, they seemed to have a shallow understanding of the mob. In other words, they were treating the mob as a regional mob with only a few Beyonders. Sending real powerhouses to deal with them is quite impractical, and they probably can't afford to hire them either. Even as a mid-sequence Beyonder is highly esteemed, it doesn't go beyond sequence 6. Lumion made this rough judgment in just a few seconds. Seeing Lumion remained silent and not reach for his weapon, the tall man let out a cold snort, his expression and eyes revealing a sense of danger. Almost simultaneously, Lumion felt the darkness around him grow heavier. The darkness condensed like frost, slowly but firmly seeping into Lumion's skin, flesh, and bones. Is that all? Lumion, who had been through too much, scoffed inwardly. Gazing at the man, donning a linen shirt and brown jacket, Lumion feigned a tinge of fear. It's Gardner Martin! Gardner Martin! Where does he reside? The man pressed on. Lion, CL, the ruthless and crazed leader, is no different from the others. They know only how to bully the weak and rely on the mob's backing to take on rivals. When facing a genuinely formidable foe, their timidness and cowardice becomes evident. 11 Rue de Fontaine! Let me tell you, our boss is a member of a secret organization. His strength is more terrifying than you can imagine. A secret organization? The man was taken aback before smiling. This was an unexpected windfall. CL is more timid than he thought. Well, did I mention that I too am part of that organization? A very ancient one? With those words, the darkness's grip around CL seemed to loosen. Really? I can't tell. Lumion pondered the idea of luring this man to confront the boss. He wanted to see what would happen when the two organizations clashed, hoping to expose more of the Iron and Blood Cross Order. After a brief silence, Lumion couldn't bear the weight of the darkness any longer. I don't know, the boss didn't tell us. The man scrutinized Lumion for a few more seconds, concluding he truly didn't know. Then take me to 11 Rue de Fontaine. Just as he spoke, he lunged at Lumion, moving at such speed that he left after images. Excuse me? Would grafting work? For ASIC's thing? I mean, I guess, because you could graft the start of a new undying cycle at the end of the old one, if that makes sense. Like, oh, graft his memories. That could also work. That's interesting, right? Like, the same thought, but like we both had completely different thought processes in how to go about using it. It's clever. Like, I was just thinking you graft the, let's say, not the first year, not the last year, but like the 58 years in between at the end of a cycle, and you just keep redoing that. As he spoke, he lunged at Lumion. Almost simultaneously, his nails shot out long and sharp. Yet Lumion showed no signs of fear, offered no resistance, and didn't panic. He moved to evade the attack, all while extending his right hand from the depths of his pocket. In his hand, he held a blazing white fireball the size of a fist. Fireball, blazing white. The man with short grey hair on his face and the back of his hands found himself too close to turn around due to his speed. He then collided with a condensed fireball. Amidst the muffled explosion, the man's abdomen burst into a bloody mess. After the other party inquired about the mob's boss, Lumion discreetly tucked his right hand into his pocket, but it wasn't to draw a weapon or guard. Instead, he used his clothes as cover to stealthily conjure crimson flames. Layer by layer, compressing them to their utmost, turning the flames white. If the enemy's speed hadn't exceeded Lumion's expectations, he would have had a high chance of witnessing the enemy's neck exploding upon impact. Amidst the rumbling, the man was sent flying, and Lumion was affected by the aftershock. Both of them got up. Lumion's shirt and vest bore burn marks, and many parts of his skin were damaged. He saw an irregular, gaping wound on the man's abdomen, and the blood-stained intestines flowing out and being stuffed back into place. Despite the injury, the man didn't lose mobility. He pressed his abdomen to prevent his intestines and other organs from spilling out. Accompanied by a growl, the man sprouted fur from his body, transforming into a wolf. His intestines began to writhe, attempting to reconnect. His charred skin slowly began to heal, and he forced the huge crack in his abdomen closed. But potent vitality. Lumion sighed from the bottom of his heart. He realized that given enough time, the other party would recover. Werewolf, sequence 7 of the prisoner pathway. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Prisoners are like fucking cockroaches, they just don't die. They possess terrifying strength, agility, and self-recovering abilities. Their claws and teeth are sturdy and sharp and venomous. They know a few dark-type spells, capable of turning ordinary humans into puppets. Werewolves are often appear in the southern continent. I actually encountered a werewolf. Lumion didn't give the other party time to recover. You shut the fuck up, Pushkar, okay? Don't you goddamn dare put that on me. You said that. The werewolf didn't sit idle either, clutching his stomach and suppressing the wound. He approached Lumion with extraordinary speed. Most of the Fire Raven's initial lock-on missed, but a few made minor changes and landed on the target. The werewolf suffered several more wounds, leaving him charred and red. Relying on his potent recovery abilities, he swiftly closed his distance between Lumion and him. Disregarding his injuries, he intended to engage in close combat with a pyromaniac who excelled in spells. At some point, the darkness around Lumion further encroached on him, causing him to feel an eerie chill on this summer night and slightly affecting him. In an instant, the flames erupted, enveloping him. In the next second, Lumion turned around and fled, dodging the werewolf. This made the werewolf, whose mind was filled with bloodthirsty, murderous desires, feel the adversary's fear, believing that the target had gone all out and lacked experience. He chased after him and caught up to Lumion very quickly. Harsh, Pushkar, don't put that on me, okay? Harsh said that. Fucking, or sorry, no, Pushkar said that, okay? Fucking, fight amongst yourselves, okay? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think we'll be able to get to 300, but we'll be fucking close. Because we started an hour ago reading, and we started at 290. So we're at, this is chapter 7? This is chapter 6. So, I mean, if we can do another 5 in an hour, we can do it. I didn't think so, but my math not be mathing yet. 6, I don't know. Sensing the swipe that carried the scent of blood and char behind him, Lumion swiftly pivoted and darted into the alley. The werewolf's pitch-black eyes were bloodshot, and several injuries fueled his anger and desire to kill. Seeing Lumion vault over the barricade up ahead, he followed suit and leapt up. In the next instant, he caught sight of an uncovered entrance to the sewers. Iron black stairs leading to the depths. Lumion stepped on the edge of the sewer's entrance and jumped over the natural trap. The werewolf crashed into the sewers, finding himself halfway in. His wounds worsened and his head spun. Lumion seized the moment to turn around and conjure crimson ravens, sending them spiraling to the werewolf who was stuck at the sewer's entrance. Catching up on the novel's theory of odds, I wanted to know, does COI get better? Oh, awareness, so much better. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. Between like 200-ish and like 260-ish, it's slow. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had such a hard time doing streams during that time because I was like I really don't want to, like I don't give a fuck. Like every day is the same. This motherfucker goes to the bar, drinks, we hear something about Susanna, and then nothing happens. And then Susanna comes up, and then nothing happens. Like it's the most cringe shit, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it, okay? But it does get so much better. Volume, like, it's just slow as piss around there, but you gotta get past it. Yo, Nameless, how's it going, man? I got here, fucking day by day, man. This shit is, I'm not gonna lie to you, COI is, I've had one bitch of a time trying to fucking read it sometimes, man. Kami, yo, fucking bum. No, I'm just kidding, man. It's not your fault. I scheduled it wrong. Okay, listen. I said 2 hours on the Discord, and then I changed it to 1 hour, like, almost immediately. But in the fucking 2 minutes since I changed it, awareness, holy shit. Dude. Thank you. Holy piss. Holy shit, thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Fucking hell, dude. Seriously, thank you. You don't know how much that means. I'll catch up through what eventually. Aw, buddy. Nah, no worries. I seriously, dude, like, you don't know how much that means to me. I really appreciate it. Holy fuck. Wait, yes, he did get his own gifted. Ah, that's so funny. Ah, that is jokes. Seriously, thank you, dude. Like, oh my god. Thank you so much. Are you, wait, awareness, are you in the Discord? Like, alright, no worries, man. Bye. Appreciate you popping by. Okay. I completely lost where yeah. Okay. The werewolf tumbled off the barricade. His fall made him see the stars. Illumin halted once more. With one hand in his pocket, he gazed at the enemy. Around him, a new wave of fire ravens condensed and flew to the base of the barricades. The werewolf tried his best to roll, but he was stuck at by at least 10 flaming ravens. The wound on his abdomen, which no longer had pressure on it, reopened. Only then did the werewolf realize that he had fallen prey to the other party's trap. He regained some of his rationality and assessed his weak body and condition. He extinguished the flames over his body and struggled to his feet, attempting to escape. At that moment, Lumin's mocking voice echoed in his ears. Didn't your mommy tell you not to fight in an environment familiar to hunters? You dare pursue me on Anarchy Street and the surrounding area? I can only say brains are important, but you don't have any. The werewolf's mind buzzed, but he became infuriated. He sacrificed his rationality and erupted with desire. He had become a lunatic. Occasionally, Lumin would abruptly halt and counterattack. Other times, he would sneak in under a stone statue arm for a corner. The werewolf slammed into an obstacle. Lumin would turn around and unleash a volley of crimson fire ravens. Sometimes, he would feign entering underground trier, but lie in ambush, waiting for an incoming attack. I could say is that we don't get anyone else's point of view in Lord of the Mysteries or Breath of Fresh Air. This is also true on awareness. I do think that's also a part of it. Honestly, I do also think that in general, this is a difficult way to do things because we're so invested in the, like, I still 300 chapters in, basically. Okay, only 5 off. I'm more invested in the story of, like, fucking Audrey and Alger and Derek and even fucking piece of shit fucking Emlyn than I am to Lumion. Like, honestly, I could read this same book and it would just be about, like, when Klein went away, but, like, Audrey's adventures, and I would enjoy that book so much fucking more because I'm so invested in them already. But, like, having to forego all of that and then occasionally get this slight glimpse of Fours, the fucking bum, and, like, that's it, and then I have to, like, deal with it. And, like, Lumion's fine, don't get me wrong, I like him, but, like, there's so much of this world that I'm already so invested in, and then now I have to go off to some other fucking shit. I did call Fours a bum, okay? Fuck you. Do something about it, pussy. Okay? Like, we're so invested in, like, another part in, like, Lone and, like, everywhere that's happening. She's the best bum. She's, like, 11th in the tarot club. Like, what are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? The Angel of Stars is not a bum. The Angel of Stars is a bum. You know who would be a better Angel of Stars? Fucking Amon. Motherfucker's actually traveling amongst the stars. What is fucking... What's Forge doing? Forge, I'm taking a nap. Okay, I'll get to your message later. I'm taking a nap at noon. It's gonna be a short 8-hour nap. I'm an angel now. Get the fuck out of here. What is this? What are we talking about? Forge being the only point of contact is contributing to 90% of the Forge hate. That is also probably true. No. Awareness, I see it. How would Forrest become an angel without traveling through the stars? But she's not doing it right now, bitch. Try about it. Oh, I'm sorry. I do something once and that's my whole fucking identity forever now? Really? What do you want her to do? I don't know. Something, bro. Be useful. God. Being a lazy bum. As the pursuit continued, the werewolf finally reached his limit, his body teetering on the brink of collapse. Regaining his senses from his frenzied state, he felt a strong premonition of danger. All he wanted to do was leave this area and escape La Marche de Courtier de Gentlemen. Because she's an angel leaving the barriers. When you leaving the barrier to a night, is it? Fuck you. Cry about it. You give me a well-presented argument, I say the same argument in a silly voice. I win. Regaining his senses from his frenzied state, he felt a strong premonition of danger. All he wanted to do was leave this area and escape La Marche de Courtier de Gentlemen. Livian, no worries, man. Have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you popping by. Seriously, thanks for your help with the music earlier, dude. Hope you enjoyed your time as a mod. At that moment, Lumion halted as if he had sensed something and smiled. He watched as the werewolf fled much slower than before while condensing a blazing white spear in his hand. Lumion swung his body and hurled the spear. A blazing white stream of light streaked through the air, piercing the werewolf's ravaged body, pinning him to the ground. Old people always think we're correct. We have more life experience, Pushkar, okay? Listen to your elders, motherfucker. Amidst the sudden blaze, Lumion walked over towards the enemy with one hand in his pocket. Crimson fire ravens materialized behind him, whistling and spiraling as they approached the werewolf. They burrowed into his wounds, destroying his heart, lung, and other organs. By the time Lumion reached his target, the mutant was no longer breathing. He was dead. By the way, have you guys seen this? This shit is so... Okay, listen, I want to be really clear, okay? What's happening in Iran is like, it really sucks. There's, like, listen, I'm fucking glad the Ayatollah is gonna get out of there because, you know, that shit was an oppressive regime and all that. But obviously, like, you know, people die and, you know, no matter who, it's always scary, okay? But I saw this, not on TikTok because I don't have TikTok, but on Instagram yesterday. This shit is so peak. This shit is so peak. Oh, it's so good. Oh. And then, sorry, there was one more I wanted to show you guys. Hold on. Motherfucker, this is not what I'm looking for. Jesus. And you're laughing? I'm not laughing about them getting bombed, okay? That's not what I'm laughing about. But, okay, listen. Kami, we have to laugh, because our fucking entire world is on fucking fire, okay? Because of these, like, fucking 80-year-olds who don't give a flying fuck what happens to the world, because they're gonna be dead in 5 years, okay? Do you think Trump gives a fuck? The motherfucker's ready to keel over tomorrow, okay? This motherfucker does not give a shit what happens to the world. Part of the problem of having, like, really fucking old people in power is that they don't really give a fuck. Because they're not going to be long enough, they're not going to be around long enough to be around for the consequences of their fucking actions, okay? So they'll do, so yeah, I gotta laugh about it, because I don't know what else to do about it, okay? I also saw this was very funny. Our president will start this was in like 2011, by the way. He said this in 2011, he said this in 2014, 2015, 2018, 2019. Like whenever he's like getting ready to like go for elections or whatever.
Because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. Our president was.
Oh, this shit is so yeah, I'm gonna laugh about it because there's nothing else I can do about it. Okay, I don't have a fucking way to fix it. So yeah, I can either sit here and be depressed about it for the rest of my fucking day, or I can just laugh about it because I don't have anything else to do. If you can tell me how I can fucking stop the war in Iraq, you let me know. Okay. Listen, again, I do think it's a good thing to get Khomeini out of power because he's tyrant. He's not a good person. He's, you know, a lot of stuff, the Ayatollah, but like I also know that historically when the US does shit like this, it doesn't go great. Okay, it generally ends up with somehow with a worse fucking leader than better. I don't. You end up talking about Uth. We've been reading for a solid hour. Okay, I get to talk about. There's a fucking war that started like 10 minutes ago. Okay, there's a war that started like yesterday. So yeah, I get to talk about it. I want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, if you think like it's too depressing, listen, I get it. But the truth is, I need to talk about it because like I've been thinking about it a lot. It's like this shit is so fucking cooked. Crimson fire ravens materialized behind him, whistling and spiraling as they approached the werewolf. They burrowed into his wounds, destroying his heart, lungs, and other organs. By the time Lumen reached his target, the mutant was no longer breathing. He was dead. Why'd you have to attack me? If you needed something, you could have just gone to the mob's boss, couldn't you? Lumen shook his head while looking down at the werewolf. Did you plan on turning me into a puppet? Did you think so low of me? Earlier, Lumen had prepared for a tough battle, even preparing for Sequence 6. His escape route was always near the Rue de Bleu Blanche. Once there, he could get Franca's attention and have her secretly use the enemy's blood to cast a fatal curse. Lumen cursed using the explosion caused by a fireball in Avenue de Marche to create a commotion and scare the enemy away. If capturing... Oh, by the way, Uth, I don't think he's here anymore, but you should thank Awareness for your gifted sub. Or gifted membership, rather. Lumen considered using the explosion caused by a fireball to create a commotion and scare the enemy away if capturing the target proved too difficult. But the enemy's madness and desire to kill made Lumen doubt if he could think rationally and end the battle quickly and escape the pursuit of official Beyonders. He himself had to hold on until dawn arrived. I keep lagging? Ah shit, no worries. Squatting down, Lumen searched the werewolf's clothes, finding only 3 Vril d'Or, burnt banknotes, and a wallet. Have you never considered bribing me? You always want to consider relying on your strength, idiot? He wasn't too disappointed, as he knew the chances of his werewolf being a bestowment were slim. Soon, it could secrete a Sequence 7 characteristic that included a Sequence 8 and 9. It'd be worth 30 to 40,000 Vril d'Or, even more sometimes. He could use it to complement the Shadow Branch, create mystical items, or exchange it for more suitable characteristics. Considering the relatively weak explosion he caused, Lumen didn't linger on the street. After briefly dealing with the corpse, he picked him up and brought him to the back door of Salle de Barbry. But I couldn't type because I was lagging. This motherfucker's been here for like 50 minutes. He's been here basically the whole time. No worries, Kami. Sarkota and the other members of the mob were no strangers to destroying corpses, quickly placing the body in a bag and sending people to clean up the blood along the way. Lumen tossed the bag into the carriage belonging to the dance hall, fully intending to find Martin that very night. During that journey, he opened the body bag several times and finally noticed the blackish-green light secreting from the corpse. After a few seconds, Lumen had managed to obtain the strange black-green fang. After a moment of consideration, he decided to keep the thing in the bloody bag and see what Martin could do. Based on the CO's behavior, Lumion knew he would undoubtedly reward him when the time came. He might even hand over the characteristics, switch it to another, or purchase it at market value. In any case, Lumion was ready to be honest. Around 1 a.m., the carriage stopped at 11 Rue de Fontaine. Lumion unceremoniously pulled a rope beside the iron fence door, causing the chime to reverberate. Before long, a valet arrived and opened the door, looking displeased at being awoken. Lumion brought the body bag into the villa and saw Faustino, also a member of the order. After tying his bow tie, Faustino stared at Lumion. "What is this?" "A strange fellow," Lumion replied. Faustino didn't inquire further and led Lumion into the activity room. There, Martin sat in a recliner and asked, "Who's in the body bag? Free to rush here overnight? Doesn't quite seem so simple." Lumion untied the body bag and dumped the werewolf's corpse and the strange black-green fang onto the carpet. Martin turned serious. "A werewolf?" Lumion chuckled. He came to inquire about the identity of the boss of the Savoy mob. He even wanted to control me and turn me into a puppet. And then I killed him. Upon hearing this, Faustino glanced at the werewolf's corpse on the ground and to Lumion, whose clothes were clearly charred and torn. "Unfortunately, you don't know how to channel spirits. We missed out on a lot of information," Martin sighed. "Perhaps I need a mystical item that can do that," Lumion said, but he was worried that it would take up a portion of their reward and cause the Shadow Branch to lose its match. "I'll arrange for the investigation response. Don't worry about it. I'll inform you what needs to be carried out." "What's he up to? It doesn't seem simple," Lumion said. "I don't know yet. Do you want this werewolf fang, or do you want something else?" "What are the choices?" Lumion asked. "The seal is too strong. Even the member—" I know. Awareness gave him like a 50% strength buff, and even then, he can't break through. It's so sad. Fun fact, membership is a 50% stat buff. Consider joining. I'm just saying, okay? No pressure, no nothing. Just saying. 50% intelligence boost, 50% strength, 50% dex. Only 25% for spirituality, because we don't do that shenaniganery over here, okay? We are a pure stats build. Martin was well accustomed to Lumion's straightforwardness. He gave a slight nod and said, "If you want a quick trade, I have 3 items of equal value. The first is the Shadow Bracelet." Exactly. It's like being in your own domain. You know, it gives you your own stat boosts. A mystical item that lets you conceal yourself within larger shadows. It can summon a Shadow Servant with a few special abilities and can bring shadows to life to restrain targets. Do we get financial advice? Yes, you get great financial advice, okay? As someone who actually does this for a living, I'm going to give you great ideas, okay? Like, you should put every dollar you have into Dogecoin, and then if you manage to get some more money on top of that, you put it into Wizcoin, okay? It's going nowhere but up for sure. He thought that Martin, who had been corrupted by the abnormal— wait, no, where the fuck am I? It's a foreboding item. True. I take your old age for me, Harsh. You know, I take it for me. I get older because I get wiser as I get older. So intel boost for me. You get younger, so you guys get to stay young, and you guys get to still call me Unk, even though you have grown in theory, but in reality, I take all the old age. It's a huge win. If it was me and I just came to your stream, I would have listened to that and got scammed. I hate to tell you, bro. I hate to tell you. If you thought someone saying put all your money into Dogecoin is good financial advice, there's nothing that can be done for you. I'm sorry. We need to check you into a fucking mental institution and just like you can't function in society, okay? Like you can't function in like your functional IQ is so low that if I asked you to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you would somehow stab yourself with a fucking butter knife, okay? this is where we're at. I'm sorry. Like, we gotta put you in one of those straitjackets so you don't harm yourself somehow, and then we like spoon feed you stuff, and we can't even give you the spoon because you might end up trying to swallow the spoon. Like, it's a huge mess. Okay, we can't. No. It's a foreboding item. More than a third of those who have used it have gone mad, while another third mysteriously disappeared without it, never to be seen again. Many of those who remain seem fine, but they often complain of tinnitus or hallucination. In recent years, unless there are special circumstances, no one dares to use this item. I still remember the OG Grandma client. Okay. Lumion expressed his confusion through his gaze. Then why are you offering it to me? Do I look like a fucking lunatic? I'm one of the few who has used it without encountering problems. I know a way to weaken its negative effects, but I can only tell you if you choose it. When did you start hallucinating? That there's nothing wrong with you, Lumen suppressed his concern. Oh, okay. Pushcard, there's a couple grandmas that have gotten scammed. Are you talking about the Bitcoin one? I guess so, because I brought up Dogecoin, so you're probably thinking about the Bitcoin one. Oh, dude, that was a disgusting case, because it was like, I can't remember the amount, but it was like 200 or 300 grand. It was like a disgusting amount of money. This woman just fucking... Oh, God. Oh, I remember that lady, too. Oh. God, no. Okay. Obviously, I know everyone knows this, but I'm gonna fucking say it anyway, okay? Don't fucking put your money in fucking cryptocurrency. Please do not do that. Not financial advice, okay? Nothing I say here can be misconstrued as financial advice, okay? I'm fucking joking, clearly. Please do not do that. I don't care what some dipshit Andrew Tate wannabe motherfucker on the internet tells you. Do not ever do that. Pushkar, can you be serious for 2 minutes? What are you doing to me? According to Madam Magician's description of corruption, the person standing before Lumion may not be the same Martin as before. Martin glanced at Lumion and smiled. There's no need to be so reserved. That won't make you seem like a hunter who hasn't advanced to Sequence 6. If you say something that might provoke me, I'll just respond with sarcasm. Yes, Mr. CO, sir. Martin got up and reclined. The second item is a Beyonder characteristic left behind by a spirit medium. Do you know what a characteristic is? Killing a Beyonder creature will yield one of its main ingredients for concocting a potion. Killing a Beyonder will yield a corresponding item, just like the transparent golden red ball from Hammer 8 and Werewolf Fang. I believe these are characteristics. They all correspond to a potion. There's no need to gather additional main ingredients, right? Very good. Unless you have competent, I doubt anyone could sue you for shit financial advice. Yeah, it will. It was worth the wait. It will boom soon for real. Yeah, exactly. Once it goes to a trust. Uth bought it solo. Once it goes to a penny, Uth is just like shitting fucking gold. Okay. Martin didn't go into detail about the loft characteristic indestructibility. With his hand clasped, Martin continued, Spirit Medium. From its name, we can roughly guess the abilities. Of course, what you obtain depends on the artisan's abilities. If I'm not mistaken, it should be an Eye of Death, allowing one to disguise as an enemy and endure the effects of decay, cold, death, and other auras. It can also identify the weakness of undead creatures and directly communicate with natural spirits and undead creatures. Using them for various magical effects, if you're lucky enough, you may even have all of those abilities. Try not to carry this characteristic with you, or you'll become the target of surrounding natural spirits and undead creatures. And the third, Lumion asked? It is also a characteristic. If you carry it, you'll find yourself rather lucky. Hey, the lucky one! Let's go! Kami, I never watch her streams anymore. No, she's been too mean to me. I've tried to help her at every turn. She's so mean to me. I can't do it. Yeah, I have a gentle heart, okay? This will be reflected in the details of various manners. The corresponding sequence is the lucky one, but you have to remember that reveling in luck is often a precursor to disaster. Also, it may allow you to see things you shouldn't. Sequence 7 of the Hunter pathway. Yeah, but she was crying the whole time. Why do you think I would want to watch that? Lumion chuckled and joked. The lucky one ultimately transformed into a characteristic in an unlucky manner. What an ironic joke. Look at that, Uth. You and Lumion made the same joke. Don't underestimate bad luck, and don't rely on luck. Otherwise, you may also become a characteristic. Quite philosophical, Lumion said. After considering Martin's introduction and realizing that he wasn't stingy, merely the description of the abilities of Spirit Medium and Lucky One could fetch good prices at gatherings. Martin looked at the characteristic on the ground. It's a werewolf characteristic. Once transformed into an item, it should provide self-healing abilities, allow you to transform, and grant a short burst of power. But, as you saw, werewolves are always affected by killing and bloodlust. During the full moon or blood moon, there's a latent danger of losing your mind and control. Your hair is less... Motherfucker, I don't put oil in my hair, okay? All that happens is that I normally take a shower before stream, so it's just wet. Why? Yeah, but why do you... Kami, why do you want me to watch her crying? That's... The fuck? I don't put oil in my hair. A spirit medium can compensate for my shortcomings, but it doesn't complement the shadow branch, and I can't create an item with it. Lucky One can make a shadow branch always trigger suitable desires. The werewolf rationality sacrifice and influence of murderous intent are quite compatible with the shadow branch too. Lumion spent a few minutes considering and said, I want Lucky One. The main reason he gave up the werewolf characteristic was its negative effect of losing rationality. Change the hair type in the software? True. You remind me of Albert Wesker? I don't know who that is. If that's not a handsome fellow, you're getting banned. Listen, I can't say he's not handsome, but he's giving me very, fucking alpha Chad or whatever the fuck vibes. Look at this. Look at this. This guy's giving me such like, I'm a goated alpha male Chad vibes. Others might have found ways to reduce the impact, using it only when facing enemies or certain lunar phases, but Lumion couldn't take that risk. Even losing his mind once could lead to Termiborus exploiting him. Furthermore, he belonged to the inevitability domain. In the future, when he reached a higher sequence, he might be able to enhance the mystical item's effects through the Lucky One trait. Martin seemed surprised. He had expected Lumion to choose between the Spirit Medium and Shadow Bracelet. But he composed himself and didn't inquire further. Humans are often obsessed with good luck. The boss of the mob, CEO of the Order, briefly left the activity room and went upstairs, and a few minutes later returned with a transparent glass jar. To carry and store it, place it in a narrow, dark space, Martin instructed. Change the jar every week. Thank you, Mr. CEO, Lumion said. Martin didn't wonder why Lumion didn't ask him to contact an artisan. The true effects of an item were something the wielder wanted to keep as secret as possible. Seeking an unknown artisan was more conducive to secrecy. Just as these thoughts crossed his mind, Lumion brought the matter up himself. I'd like to exchange the free artisan service for other rewards. What reward do you desire? Help me find someone. Who? Guillaume Benet? Since you know I'm from Cordoue, you must have also seen the Padre's wanted poster. I've been tracking him, hoping to apprehend the heretic who caused the disaster. I received information that he may appear in Quartier de la Princesse Rouge next week. I require your assistance in locating him. I thought you wanted to handle it yourself, enduring the pain, tracking, and seeking revenge all in secret. Nicely done. You've learned to leverage our organization sooner than I may have expected. That's something a hunter must understand. I agree to your request. I request a trial by combat. By the way, if anyone is interested or free, we're going to be watching Game of Thrones in like 8.5 hours in the Discord. guys want to come watch? If you've already seen it, then it is Oberyn Martell's fight. I'm not going to say anything more than that. If you know, you know. If you don't, well then, starting from here doesn't make any fucking sense, so don't worry about it. On his way back to the market district, Lumion leaned against the carriage wall, pondering the whole situation, realizing that he had overlooked a problem. Sequence 7 mysteriously vanishes during a relatively simple mission and is not suspected to be dead. Would the secret organization behind him just pretend nothing happened? Or would they realize the truth and launch an investigation? As a conspirer, there's no way the boss wouldn't have thought of this, yet he didn't warn me. Is he using me as bait? Yes, the organization behind the werewolf may not take action tonight. As long as they keep their wits about them, they should realize their subordinate is a huge problem. It seems the Savoy mob is not as simple as it appears. If I were in their shoes, I'd hold back for a while until further events unfold. Chris, but it was like foretold or so earlier on, right? Because if you remember when Bronn came to say Tyrion, he was like, oh, like maybe I could beat the mountain. Dance around until he's so tired of hacking away at me, get him off his feet. But one mistake and I'm dead. And that's exactly what happened. He danced around until he got so tired, got him off his feet, but then he got too cocky and just dead. Alright? They like it's very good foreshadowing in hindsight. Of course, if they have an angel's protection and can get him to temporarily descend upon the dance hall, they can do whatever they want. Now that I think about it, although that werewolf is arrogant, he wasn't that stupid. He's just average. He must have captured some ordinary member of the Savoy mob beforehand and roughly figured out the situation before targeting the leader who recently joined, me. Logically speaking, I wouldn't be involved in the mob's core matters. I wouldn't know much. Furthermore, ordinary members of the mob wouldn't know that I've advanced to Sequence 7. Judging from my combat records, fellows believe they can easily handle me. In close combat, a werewolf with stronger healing capabilities is far superior to a provoker. Spoiler. Pushkar's rage baiting the piss out of me. I'm gonna put him in a timeout. Say something else. Just say something. I fucking dare you, Pushkar. I fucking double dare you. Just say something. I'm still dude, I know, I love him. By the time Lumion returned to the dance hall, he had already sorted out the situation. He touched Mr. K's finger in his pocket and entered. You motherfucker. Dude, how can I hate him? He has very good comedic timing. He has very good comedic timing. Oh, dude. As the sun began to rise, Jenna hurriedly left 17 Rue Pasteur and Quartier de Jardin Botanique. I know, Uth. Last night, he returned to visit her brother. She tossed and turned in bed, and learned that she tossed and turned in the bed that she had shared with her mother until midnight before falling asleep. She woke up early in the morning, not wanting to run into the neighbors. It was still dark, the streets were mostly empty. Jenna passed by a few vendors and turned into an alley near Rue Saint-Hilaire and saw a familiar figure approaching. A man with brown skin, thick lips, and light yellow hair. With native yellow southern continent skin and an inconspicuous piece of tape on his nose bridge. 7 years ago, yeah. And we're talking about season 4. Season 4 came out in 2011. No, sorry, 2014. Sorry, 2014. The season ended fucking 15 years ago. And these motherfuckers, no, not 15, sorry, 11 years ago. And these motherfuckers want to sass me with this shit. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, motherfucker, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, you're cooked, okay? You're never gonna watch it. Jenna's heart skipped a beat as he remembered who he was, a beyonder of the EBS Church, responsible for protecting COI. Motherfucker, it started in 2011. That's why my math went to 15 first, okay? Then realized the season I'm talking about ended in 14. Chill. No, he's not gonna publish shit, Wallflower. He's never writing again. He's a bum. Jenna instinctively wanted to turn and leave the alley, but noticed another beyonder standing at the alley's exit as a guard. Valentine's eyes were bluer than lake water. Jenna stopped and held her breath. Her hand rested on her waist, ready to draw a revolver. Relax, we're not here to arrest you, Immer said. Game of Thrones isn't that. You're out of your fucking mind. Immer said, we do eliminate wild beyonders, but that doesn't mean we don't have options. Don't be intimidated by the rumors of about the stake. This is Trier. Wild beyonders who aren't truly sinful won't face such a fate. Of course, similar cases happen in other provinces and small towns. What do you want? Jenna said. We hope you can cooperate. In fact, if we hadn't deliberately let you go, you'd have been arrested long ago. Cooperate? Let me introduce myself. I am Immer, a purifier of the EBS Church's Inquisition. This is my colleague, Valentine. Not every wild beyonder earns our goodwill and chance to cooperate. We have looked into you and confirmed that you're also a believer of God and haven't committed any serious offenses. Moreover, after gaining your powers, you restrained yourself and didn't misuse your abilities, except for assassinating COI. We understand your hatred and choice. He is a heretic who deserved death. Anyone has the right to purify him on behalf of God. You must know that if we hadn't arranged and deliberately turned a blind eye, you wouldn't have escaped. Because you're a believer who inherently stays true to yourself and doesn't abuse your abilities, we wish to invite you to be our informant and provide us with intel. We will not force you to betray your friends. We just wished for you to keep an eye out to anything that may bring disaster. Stay true to myself. I used to be like that, but barely so in the present. I also live in the market district, Jenna said. I'll be glad to resolve any issues that may harm this place. I discovered something 2 days ago, Jenna said. What? Immer said. Jenna recounted how she had attended a mysterious gathering where she had heard of the disappearance of the Deep Valley Cloister gatekeeper. Upon accepting the commission, she described how she and her companion stumbled upon a cybernetic-eyed monk entering a nearby clearing and entering a secret cave with numerous humans' arms and legs. Throughout the process, she kept her companion's identities and names, times and locations hidden. Immer and Valentine were filled with a mix of joy and solemnity. Very good. That is the type of cooperation we require. Plague. Fucking wrong again, buddy boy. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Everyone should watch season 1 through 5 of Game of Thrones. If you really like 5, you can watch 6, but no more than 6. 6 is it. 6 is it. That's it. No more. We're done. 6, you get a couple good things. You get, I'm not going to say. You get the Battle of the Bastards. I'm not going to say anymore. So, like, just alone, that makes the entire season worth watching. Nothing more. After that, pure garbage. Make up your own headcanon of how the game ends. Not my fucking problem. It wasn't that he didn't see the need for such. Valentine nodded reluctantly. It wasn't that he didn't see the need for such an informant. The incident with Hugh Artois had changed his perspective of wild beyonders. But he was a bit emotional, as Immer could have convinced Celia Bello alone, yet insisted on involving Valentine. After praising the sun, he could have gone home to rest. Nonetheless, Immer's reasoning was sound. According to the rules, it was best to have 2 purifiers present when developing informants, especially beyonders who belonged to a few pathways like Demoness. Immer explained that over the years, many purifiers had fallen into the trap of being seduced while developing Demoness as informants or pursuing them, leading them to falling in love, betraying the church, and losing control. It seems like the Demoness developed you guys instead. Oof. Hence, having 2 purifiers supervise each other was essential. Though Jenna was still an assassin and had plenty to go before being a true Demoness, one couldn't be careless about such matters. Cooperation means both sides can benefit from this matter. We will reward you based on the intel you provide. You can choose from money, materials, knowledge, weapons, and more. Will there be a reward for what I just said? Jenna said. What do you want? The main ingredient of the instigator potion, Jenna replied. We'll discuss that after we verify the authenticity and importance of this matter. Okay, Jenna said. Ooh, they would not, okay? They would not. I'm kind of goated like that. I'd be like, no thank you, okay? Immer produced an ordinary-looking piece of paper with a few simple clauses written on it, outlining what he had just said. The terms didn't demand Jenna's faith to be consistently with EBS, but they required her not to believe in an evil god. Being experienced, Jenna read the terms over and over until she confirmed there were no issues and signed with her real name. She watched Immer take out a fountain pen made of pure gold and signed his name, and then wrote a few words in bright red of the notary position. A sunlight glow briefly enveloped the contract before vanishing. Apartment 601. Lumion roused Franca from her sleep at the crack of dawn and faced her wrathful expression as he recounted the werewolf encounter. If there's a follow-up investigation, the one you'll face will either be a zombie or wraith. I'm more inclined to believe the latter, Franca said. Sequence 6 and 5 of the prisoner pathway. You seem to know this pathway well, Lumion sighed. Of course. In the world, beside a few prisoner pathway beyonders, the rest belong to two factions. The Rose School of Thought and the other is Mr. Fool's Church. Let's go! You'd be a demoness if you could. Okay, that is not what happened, Pushkar, okay? Someone asked what pathway you would want just the sequence 9 of. You can't advance anymore, you get only sequence 9. And I said Assassin is pretty good. Just for base sequence 9, because it enhances all of your physical base stats, it's quite good. Fuck you. Okay, you're making the rest up. You're a piece of shit, okay? I remember that exact time. I remember, because I knew some motherfucker like you would bring it up. I remember it. Fuck you. Huh. Wait, Pushkar, hold on. Wait, Pushkar, you are kind of cooking in the Discord, though. Hold on. Wait, hold on. You're kind of cooking. Wait, hold on. This is kind of cooking, though. COI artwork. Lumion and Susan. This is amazing. That is... Oh, damn. Mr. Case. I'm gonna try to see if I can somehow get these. You choose Assassin even if you have to go to sequence 7. Okay, first of all, I resent the implication. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can somehow get these to, I don't know how I would get either of these to be... thumbnails, but these do look really cool. I'm gonna try to see if I can figure something out. The problem is they're in portrait mode instead of landscape. I'm gonna see if I can do some shenaniganery to make it. Can you lose in chess to an opponent that can read your mind? Can I lose? Do you mean would I lose? The answer is a fucking course. Psych, you thought, idiot, I would win. How, you ask? Because if I don't know what's going on in here, he doesn't know what's going on in here. And do you know how often I know what's going on in here? Fucking never, okay? It just happens, okay? I rely more on feral instincts. You want to see? Okay, let's do this shit. Okay, let's go, motherfucker, let's go. Say shit. Say shit, motherfucker, I dare you. Are you gonna castle now? Like, okay, bro, what did you get out of that? Can't go here, can't go here. Affected. Unknown, how's it going, man? Showing up right at the end. How's it going? Oh, you fucking dickhead. Okay, we're gonna go back. Because if I didn't go back, problem is he would take and then my king can't castle because this shit just gets cooked. Do we leave this here as is? If he takes... C? Chess but no peak music? Oh, I'm sorry. True, unknown. Unknown, what's up? Did I mess something up? What's up? Good game. What did you say to Sharon? Oh. Okay, first of all, I didn't say anything, okay? I didn't fucking say anything, okay? There was a piece of shit werewolf that showed up. We blasted his ass to oblivion, but he kind of just went, nah, I'd win, and just kind of tanked it. And I said, damn, like people from this prisoner path were kind of cockroaches. They kind of be surviving anything. And then these guys all went, oh, you said that about shit. I didn't say shit about Sharon, okay? She's my queen. Fuck you. I didn't say shit. Eat shit, bro. I sent the full image in COI artwork if you want to use it. Oh, did you? Oh, that'll work, Harsh. Oh, my king. Oh, let's go. These two are... Let's go. I will... Okay. Okay, I'll definitely update that. That's a really cool thumbnail. I'll definitely update that. That's really cool. Thank you. In that context, okay, see? I be getting... fucking obliterated. No one fucking believes me, man. It's a giant conspiracy. The liberal media's out to get me. What the fuck is happening here? Where you said I'm fucking you? What? Oh, okay. Context for that one, okay? Context matters, okay? I originally put stream in 2 hours, but then I realized I was like, oh, I did my math wrong. Sorry, it's in 1 hour. So I changed it, but in like the two, oh, you know the okay, so you're just fucking with me then again. Okay, fuck you. Okay, bro, never mind. Agenda has to agenda. All right, fuck you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty fucking good. What do we get to? 7, 8 chapters. What do we get through? What do we get through? What's this? No, 97. So we got through eight chapters today. That's quite good. 8 chapters. We're not quite. I wanted to get to 300. We didn't quite make it, but we were close. And then from there we can keep going. Tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. I got some shit to do. I'm not gonna lie to you, so I'm not gonna hold you guys. Y'all, I'm not taking a fucking nap, bro. I'm going to buy some shit. Fucking gotta go spend some fucking money I don't have. Bye, guys. I just came here. Well, motherfucker, you should have come earlier. Right? That's not my fault. I gotta go get more poor. Okay. Alright, that's it. Alright, bye everyone. Have a good rest of your day or nights. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Hopefully with good news. I have a chat. Okay, before I go. Y'all know how I applied for a job last week, right? So I have a chat with the hiring manager on Monday. So, like, hey, hopefully if I get that job, we're chilling. We're chilling. We can stream for a little bit longer. Then we can stream a little bit earlier too. So hey, like if y'all have a minute, just keep me in your thoughts and prayers or whatever. Wish me well. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't fucking know. Pray it into the universe, whatever. I appreciate y'all. Have a good rest of your day or night, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Bye, boys. I don't think there's any girls here, so I can say that. All right, bye.